Good afternoon, everybody. You're very welcome to this afternoon's webinar, Digital Literacy in Schools, PEDL Erasmus Partner Reports. So the purpose of this webinar is to showcase the findings and key learnings from an Erasmus Plus small-scale partnership titled PEDL. So my name is Declan Qualter. I'm delighted to be with you this afternoon. I am the School Sports Coordinator with Laois Offaly ETB in Ireland, and we are the lead partner in the PEDL Erasmus Plus small-scale partnership. So in this webinar, there will be 4 presenters. So my name is Declan Qualter, as I said, and I will be presenting you with an outline of the Erasmus Plus small-scale partnership, the aims, the objectives, the various partners that are involved in the project, and I will share with you some of the activities involved in the project as well. Then we have Sarasela Merlinianu from Liceu Tehnologic Yorgo Varnev in Leteni in Romania. And Sarasela will be sharing with you what they learned as part of the project, what activities they did, and their future plans. Then we have Deirdre Fitzpatrick from Trinity Access, and Trinity Access is an outreach program in Trinity College Dublin. So Deirdre will be giving you the role of their organisation in the project. And then we have the incomparable and magnificent Rafael Montilla from Fundación Avantia in Spain, in the Andalusia region, and Rafael will be outlining their participation and the engagement they had with the project. So, and finally, we will finish with where each partner will outline the key learning that they had from the project, and there will be an opportunity from those of you in attendance from across the continent to engage in some Q&A. And we'd just like to remind everybody that this presentation is being recorded, so if you want to turn off your camera while we are recording, then that would be great. Okay, so just give you an introduction to the PEDL project. So PEDL stands for Programme to Enhance Digital Literacy of School Communities. So the P, the E, the D, the L. So that is the PEDL programme. We applied for funding via the national agency in Ireland, the Lergas, who are our national agency who administer Erasmus funding in Ireland. And we applied for a small-scale partnership, which was a call in 2021, and we received some funding to deliver the project. The project duration was from 19 months, so we began in November of 2021, and we are finishing in this month in May 2023. The project involves 4 partners from 3 different countries, and the aim of the Erasmus small-scale partnership was to address digital transformation through developing the digital readiness, capacity and resilience of school communities. And just to share with you where the origin of the programme came from. So if you look at the timeline there from November 2021, during that period, we were in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, and a lot of the learning for schools was moved online, and through that we noticed that a digital divide had been created for some members of our school communities, and addressing digital transformation therefore became a priority for the schools. And our focus, our niche in this, was looking at how the role of parents and their digital skills in supporting their son or daughter's learning when they're engaging in online learning. So the small-scale partnership had 4 objectives. So the first objective was to exchange practice with each partner on how they support school communities. The second objective was to enhance partners' capacity to provide digital content for school communities. The third objective was to host a dissemination event where we showcase our project findings. And indeed, this event is part of that objective. And then finally, our 4th objective was to apply for a cooperation partnership this year in 2023. So again, you can see from those 4 objectives that the project was very practical, that with each of the 4 partners, we would exchange practice and engage with one another and collaborate on how each partner supports their school communities, but particularly with digital transformation. It's objective 1. Objective 2, the digital content. So as part of this, some of our partners have developed some digital content specifically for school communities, and each partner would be allowed to use that content with their own school communities if they chose to do so. And then our dissemination event and the cooperation partnership. So I will give a brief summary on the activities that we did as part of the project now in going to achieve those objectives. Just to let you know, first of all, that all our project related information is on our project website, www.pedl.ie, pedal.ie. And you can see there that on that website, we have lots of information on our homepage about what is the project, what are the objectives. There is project partners, the information on each partner, our exchanges. So we have evidence of our exchanges from each exchange that took place. After each exchange, we compiled a meeting report that's available on the website. And then should you wish to get in touch with us, there is a contact us page there. As I mentioned at the outset, we have 4 project partners. So we have Trinity Access in Ireland, Laois Offaly Education and Training Board, who are a provider of education and a patron of 9 post-primary schools in the Midlands in Ireland. We have Liceu Tehnologic Iorgo Varnia in Leteni in the province of Suceava in Romania. And we have Fundación Avantia from the province of Andalusia in Spain. As each partner, you will be introduced to each partner in a moment where they will give an outline of their activities. Just to let everybody know that we have a number of social media handles to support our dissemination of all the project findings and activities. So we have PEDL IRL, which showcases the activities happening in Ireland. PEDL RO showcases the activities in Romania. Similarly, we have PEDL ESP, which showcases the project activities in Spain. And for all related activities related to Trinity Access, that is Access TCD. And of course, you can use the hashtag PEDL and visit our website, as I mentioned. Okay, next, just to see if you remember, our first objective was to host and engage in some exchanges of practice. So throughout the duration of the event, we had 5 exchanges of practice. Our first exchange of practice was actually a project launch. So if you can see in the picture on the left there, you will notice that we are all wearing face masks, which gives you an indication of the timeline of the project. So when we began the project, as I say, it was with the travel restrictions were just being lifted in some countries. And we began with a project meeting in Ireland in November 2021. And you can see each of the lead partner is there. So we have Declan from Laois Offaly TB there with Jennifer, Deirdre from Trinity Access. We have Raphael and Paula there from Fundación Avantia, and Brianna and Saracella from Romania. You can see in the middle picture there was an evidence of when we attended a exchange of practice in Romania, and on the right hand side is when we went to an exchange of practice in Spain. So the real positive thing through the exchange of practice is, even though, as I mentioned, we were going in and out of lockdowns in various different jurisdictions, thankfully that didn't impact significantly on the project, and we were able to achieve all our objectives and to host all of our exchanges of practice. And I think from the perspective of Laois Offaly ETB, that has been one of the major learnings, that in each partner was provided with an opportunity to engage with teachers, students, parents, school leaders in each as part of each exchange of practice. And that has been a really rich and rewarding experience, and one which has enhanced all of our capacities to do so. The second objective was to prepare some digital content. So Laois Offaly ETB and Trinity Access developed a digital content and actual PEDL program, which is in use in some of our schools. Trinity Access and Deirdre will give you a bit more information on that shortly. And on the right-hand side, you can see that in Romania, they also developed some digital content for use with their parents, which Ella will outline to you shortly too. Our third objective was to host some dissemination events, and you can see the picture on the left-hand side there. We hosted a large dissemination event in Trinity College Dublin on the 19th of January in 2023. And at that event, there was over 50 people in attendance, which included participants of the PEDL project in Ireland, the project which has been run, the digital content, by Laois Offaly ETB and Trinity Access. And also we had different stakeholders and policymakers from the Irish education system. And you can see on our right-hand side there, we have this webinar, which is we are disseminating our main findings from each partner. Also, just to share with everyone, there's been lots of dissemination going on through our Twitter handles and presentations at various educational conferences, to name but some. We were at the CESI conference in Ireland in 2023, the ICT and Education conference in 2022, and also a conference in Seville in November of 2022. And finally, our final objective was to apply for an Erasmus Plus partnership for cooperation. And we're delighted to say that all partners saw the benefits of participating in the small scale partnership. And that has resulted in an application for an Erasmus Plus partnership for cooperation. And the focus of that partnership is to develop a tool to use in conjunction with the Selfie tool, so schools can use it for school self-evaluation practices with their parents of students within their school. So we'll receive the results of that project back in this year, in June of 2023. So we hope our national agency is listening and will look very favourably upon our application. Now, thank you very much, and I will now pass you over to Ella from Lyceal Technologic Georga Varniev, and she will go through their engagement with the activity and the learnings that they have from the project. Thank you very much.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Cerasela Marleneanu. I'm an English teacher in Romania at Liceu Tehnologic Gheorghe Vârneava. Well, first of all, I'd like to tell you something about my school, that it's situated in a small town in the north of Romania, in fact, in the northeast of Romania, part of Suceava County. Our town is known as the town close to the confluence of two rivers. As for my school, I'd like to present you the fact that our organization has a history of 158 years in the field of education. The first primary school was opened in our town in 1865. And my school has been through a series of renovation and development. So today we have a number of 1,200 pupils aged between 6 to 18 years old in our school. As for the mission of our school educates people from the geographic area of Liteni in order to offer them high quality education and training opportunities to become a strong, independent personality capable of active integration into society. In our school, there are three profiles. We have science, humanistic, and technological profile. Students in each profile have different school subjects. They focused on science topics for the science profile. The humanistic are involved more in history, Romanian classes, foreign languages, geography, and the technological profile prepares students for becoming mechanics or electricians. Coming back to our project, I'll present you some of the activities we organized in our school. First of all, we are proud that we implemented a model of good practice. We organized 5 meeting workshops for our parents, and we disseminated the project to all teachers in our school and community. As you can see in the pictures, our parents took part in small group workshops, and they were really happy and engaged. They become even friends with each other. They had a good time. They learned, and they were very happy to be part of this project. I have here some of our parents' feedback. And I'd like to present, for example, one of our parents. It's Mirela Kazaku. And as it is mentioned here in the slide, she said, it was a new experience and I learned new things. Now I can write a Word document and a PowerPoint presentation. If there are more courses, I'm open to change and learn new things. At the end of our workshops, all parents were awarded certificates, and we had ceremony for this occasion. So these are some other parents who participated and were happy to be part of this project. In these two pictures, I present you some of our teachers in our school. And we presented our project to all the teachers teaching in our school. In October 2022, we hosted this exchange of practice visit in our school. We invited parents, teachers, and of course, students to be part of discussion about the challenges, about our experience during COVID, how we managed to find solutions, and very happy. They were all very happy to express their feelings about the project, mainly the parents who were involved in the workshops. What we learned during this project, what is the most important thing is that we, as an organization, learn how to enhance the digital skills of parents of our students. We used a model of good practice promoted by the leading organization, Leishan Alpha Education and Training Board. And very important, of course, we build positive relationships between parents, teachers, and students. For the future, I would like so much to continue these workshops for parents to enhance their digital skills. We'd like to continue using the handbooks for facilitators and participants. We will continue to disseminate the experience of the project to other schools in our country. And of course, we would like so much to continue with other projects such as the PEDL Plus and UNESCO SchoolNet project. Both of them are key to 220 Erasmus Plus project. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Deirdre Fitzpatrick, and I am from Trinity Access in Trinity College, Dublin. So I am a seconded guidance counsellor. So I've worked in DEIS schools in Ireland with progression onto further education, higher education for students. So I suppose, first of all, what is Trinity Access and why are we involved in this programme? So we work across society, I suppose, to try and widen participation in further and higher education of students from underrepresented groups. So we do that through our work with communities, with businesses, with organisations, I suppose most importantly with schools and with school communities, which of course includes parents. You may see from that picture there that we are actually turning 30 this year, so we have a big birthday. So please do, as Declan has said, follow us on Twitter and keep up to date with all of our activities over the next while. So, sorry, now on to the next slide. So what did we do as part of the PEDL project? Well, being in Ireland and LOE2B also being in Ireland, we worked together to develop a programme which we also called PEDL. And the programme was designed to engage parents in digital literacy and enhancing their own competencies in these areas to support their sons and daughters. As Declan already said, it was born out of, I suppose, the rapid change that we experienced in digital, the use of digital platforms in schools with the pandemic. So we realised that schools were using this an awful lot more and that the parents didn't have the abilities, I suppose, to help and support their kids in school. So we have a video here. I'm not going to put it on just yet, but we are going to put it into the chat and make sure we share it with everybody afterwards. That explains, I suppose, and really gives in much more detail the history of the project and what we have done. Just to give the brief outline of the project, I suppose in the first week of the project, so I suppose before I actually get into that, I am just going to say to you as well that what was really a great selling point of this project was that it was delivered by parents from the school community rather than teachers and homeschool community liaisons in the schools. So we started by explaining to parents how to use VSware, which is a platform used in Irish schools to keep track of attendance, to keep track of academic grades and that kind of thing. And then we introduced parents to either Microsoft Teams or Google Classroom, which are the two platforms that are predominantly used in Irish schools. So there was one version for schools that had Microsoft Teams and another for Google Classroom. After the first week, then they moved on to the second week where they learned about email and the different types of file storage. And then in week 3, they looked at Word in more detail, which is used in quite a lot of Irish schools, with students, particularly in their classroom-based assessments or CBAs. What was special about this and why Trinity Access had such an interest in this programme was that during this week 3, the parents actually started to research careers and courses that their sons or daughters might be interested in. And again, in week 4, when we started going through PowerPoint, the parents also what's the word I'm looking for, explored or researched different universities in their areas and different careers. So parents were also building their knowledge, their college knowledge, as we call it. So they were learning about the different options available to their children when they finish their secondary school education. And the final week, we looked a little bit more at that. And we actually had adult education guidance counsellors come into schools and talk to parents about the options, not only for their kids, but also for themselves. And that was hugely successful. So we can see here on the right-hand side, some parents from Mercy Secondary School in Inchicore participating in that PEDL programme. So another part of our participation in this project was our exchange of practice, where we invited the partners over to Dublin, to Trinity College Dublin, and that happened in January of this year. And during the time they were here, it coincided with a graduation for the parents who were involved in the PEDL course. So we had 33 parents who graduated on that day, and you can see them there in the picture on the right. We also went out to visit 2 schools. So one school, Our Lady of Mercy Secondary School in Dublin, where we met the Deputy Principal Nuala, the Homeschool Community Liaison Chris, and also Sharon, who participated in the programme. And they told us all about not only PEDL, but the other projects that they run with parents. And we visited Moyle Park College, where we met Niamh and Trevor, Emma and Ian, who all also participated in the project. Here we are at those school visits and our cultural day as well. There you can see our Erasmus. And again, in our t-shirts, looking very good. So what did we learn? Well, we learned a huge amount from this project, but for me, what stands out the most really is that the issues we faced in Ireland due to the pandemic were happening across Europe and indeed across the world. And all over Europe, and particularly in Romania and Spain, they were trying to find solutions. How do we engage parents more? How can we upskill them? How can we address this crisis? So it was really fascinating for us to see what was happening around Europe, and how each different school that we visited were tackling it in another way, and to learn from that and to see, well, what can we actually do ourselves? So the PEDL programme that we had started here in Trinity and Lee Shopley E2B, there was a similar programme being ran in Romania that was developed as part of it. So there was really just fantastic initiatives going on and being improved throughout the time. So what's next? Well, here we are, our community, and we really are hopeful that we will continue to work with this community in our submission to Erasmus that we have made to continue on with this project. So hopefully we will continue to develop more resources and more programmes for PEDL, and indeed, rather than working on it individually, that we can all work together and create something that is of benefit to parents across the continent. In terms of us for Trinity Access, it has been a really good initiative for us to reach out to parents who can be quite difficult sometimes in school communities, the hardest group to reach for various reasons. So with our updating of our strategic plan, which is coming up over the next year, it's something that we will be making sure that we have a point of, and we have them included, that we can continue this work to empower parents to be more involved in their child's education and also in their decision making about what's happening next for them. So that, I believe, is me, and I will pass you over to Raphael. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Deirdre. Thank you all. I would like to start my words with very thankful words to Declan and to Leash and Offaly Education and Training Board for giving us the opportunity of participating in such a beautiful project like this one. Also to the other partners from Romania and from Trinity, because the partnership has been working smoothly all the time, and I think that we all have been enriched as a consequence of participating together. Well, my name is Rafael Montilla. I am the founder and president of the Avantia Foundation, which is a small institution, a non-profit organization established in 2019, right before the pandemic came, in Benalauria, which is a very tiny village of only 500 inhabitants, located, as you can see on the map, in southern Spain, very close to Gibraltar or Malaga, which are places that you may probably know. We face a lot of difficult situations in that area as a consequence of being a rural area, a small place, let's say far away from big cities. And that means that we need to reinforce our efforts to provide our students the same opportunities that other may have in different places, especially in larger cities. That's why we created the foundation, which is mainly focused on education. We currently, well, I have to say that this PEDL program was the first Erasmus Plus project we were involved in. So thank you very much, Declan, for giving us that opportunity. But that was only the beginning, because we also ran 2 other Erasmus Plus small scale partnerships in the fields of vocational education and training, and in the field of adult education. So we try to provide educational services to a wide spectrum of students from school, vocational, and adult sectors. We don't have students ourselves. We are a foundation. So what we do in order to have a significant and relevant participation within these projects is to create a network of associated schools. So we have a big number of primary, secondary, vocational, and adult education schools, normally from the public sector, which participate with us, providing information, providing collaborating teachers, and providing resources to add information and results to every project we participate in. Okay, what we did in this project, it has been taken directly from the proposal, from the project that was written, submitted, and approved by the Irish National Agency. And we started preparing, planning, and organizing, and then hosting a partner meeting, which was held in Spain in February 2022. During that during that partner meeting, we organized visits to up to 3 different schools. ES Valle del Genal, which is located in Algatocín, near Ronda. It's a very small village in also a rural area. But then we also visited 2 larger schools like ES Cristóbal de Monroy and ES Hermanos Machado, both of them located in the metropolitan area of Seville, which is the capital city of the region of Andalusia. We visited those 3 schools. We held meetings there with teachers, students, and parents who gave their opinions, points of view, and experiences regarding how the school community is enhancing their digital literacy, especially after the COVID pandemic situation. As a result of those meetings and of those visits, we have also added to the collecting data and information activity, since collaborative activities has been undertaken to address the digital transformation of school communities. We have also participated in the preparation, planning, organization, and hosting of that exchange of practice, which actually were 3 of them, where findings were collected. Other activities carried out by the foundation during the duration of the project were the providing contents for the project website. Declan previously told you which is the address of that website, where you can find plenty of information. We have internally a Padlet, which is another application for gathering and hosting the documents like minutes, agendas, and other relevant documents which have been used during the project implementation. And every partner had to upload its documents. And we have also participated as the other partners in the dissemination of the project findings at the local, regional and national levels. You probably received an invitation for this webinar dissemination activity where we are trying to spread and disseminate the results and findings of the project. And finally, of course, as every other partner, we are engaged in the permanent and ongoing evaluation that the project must carry out, and which is normally done during the partner meetings that we have been holding every few months in different countries. What we learned? Well, probably all my colleagues already let you know what we all learned, but it's amazing how we all had to face the same problems in a very similar way. We tried to identify similarities and differences, but the conclusion is that the situation was the same for all of us, and we all had to face them in a very similar way. Another big conclusion that we can find and that we can take is that collaborative networks are really useful in school education because they allow a transfer of information that enriches, gives strength to every institution, and also reduces the differences because you feel more self-confidence about what you are doing when you realize that you are doing more or less the same thing that other institutions in other countries with maybe more resources than your institution. Also, we could highlight the fact that the smaller the school is, the quicker response they had to the situation that the pandemic caused. So since we are an institution located in a very small area, we ask you to move to rural areas because we need population there. More learnings, of course. We now have a greater awareness of the impact that the participation of families in the academic activities organized by the school can have of students. So it's really important that we all notice that the education and training of the students cannot be a responsibility taken only by the schools, by teachers. It is very important that families, parents and even grandparents get involved in their children's education. And finally, as maybe the most important fact or conclusion that we take from this project is that a new intergenerational transfer approach must be included in every activity carried out by the foundation from now on, because it links the students with the rest of the people in their family environment. Elder brothers and sisters, parents, grandparents. So the information, experiences, and values can be exchanged in both directions, from the younger generations to the older generations, and the opposite way as well. So in order to conclude this presentation on behalf of the Avantia Foundation, all I can add is what's next. The dissemination of results is really important. We need to disseminate results among the largest possible number of secondary schools in our area, also other types of schools, but since this is a project, a small-scale partnership within the school education sector, we will focus on secondary schools. We will also keep on incorporating the perspective of the school communities and the intergenerational transferring of knowledge and experiences in all our actions and educational projects. And of course, as my colleagues already told you, we are also involved in new Erasmus Plus cooperation projects, both KA210 small scale partnerships and also KA220 larger scale cooperation partnerships within the school education sector. And that's all. Thank you very much for your attention. I'll give the word once more to Declan Potter. Thank you.
Thank you, Raphael. So just in summary, we'd just like to share with you, at the beginning, we shared our overall project objectives, and we hope you got a good insight into the activities of each partner that work towards achieving these objectives. And I'll just revisit these objectives, and then we will finish with a short Q&A with the project leads from each organisation, where we will outline the one major key learning point from their participation in the project. So again, this project had 4 objectives: to exchange practice on how partners support school communities. So you will have seen how each partner hosted an event and hosted an exchange of practice and facilitated a discussion between the members of the school community and the partners. The second objective was to show how partners have developed digital content for the school community. So you will see from Ella the content that has been developed and has been put in use in Romania. And you will see from Deirdre, where she outlined the 5-week PEDL course, which has been made available to schools in Ireland. The third objective was to host a dissemination event, and you will see the wide range of events that we have hosted throughout the duration of the project. And finally, as each partner has outlined to you, how they have been delighted to engage in a application for a cooperation partnership for 2023. Okay, so what we are going to move on to next is just a partner reflections. So this will be where we will have a short panel, and with the panel, we will, each of us will move onto the screen here now in a moment, and we will have one question each. And for those of you who are online, what we are going to do at the end of this is we will stop the recording at the end of this reflection. And if any of you have some questions and answers, then we will allow some time to do that. Okay, super. So now the 4 of us will move to the come on screen here to join you all. Hopefully you can see us all. Raphael, we have to get you on screen here. We can't leave the most important man in this project out. Okay, so just again, this is Declan here. So as the lead partner, I will just try and facilitate this discussion, this short discussion. And what we will do is we will ask each partner to outline for them what has been the one key learning they have taken for the participation in this project. So we will start with Raphael, we will go to Ella, then we'll go to Deirdre, and then it'll come back to me. And then at that point, we will stop the recording and allow some questions and answers for those of you who are attending this event from the various different countries. So we'll start with Raphael, the one key learning for you.
Well, the truth is that taking only one theme from this project is hard, because we have learned many different things. But for the foundation, probably what is making a difference from now on is the fact that the intergenerational transfer that I was mentioning previously is really important if we want to achieve a maximum impact on our educational activities. Because if we only focus on students and younger people, it's nice, we need to do so, but the perspective taken from someone with an older age, more experience in life, a better knowledge on how the planet and the society works is really, really enriching. So we will always try to include that intergenerational point of view in every activity. That's the key finding that we take. And thank you all for contributing to it.
Thank you, Raphael.
Okay, my school, well, we learned so many things, but the key point is that now we have a model of good practice. We know how to address digital literacy and how to help our parents improve their digital skills. Well, this project was an amazing one, and we, teachers, parents, students, we felt part of this wonderful big European family. And well, this project, as all the Erasmus projects, help us change our points of view, change our minds, and improved our lives. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thanks, Ella. Deirdre.
And just kind of building on, I suppose, what Ella has said, for me and for us, the biggest learning was that this isn't an issue that's just faced in Ireland. It's an issue that's faced across Europe, and that rather than working in isolation to create projects just for our own or programs for our own or parents, that we actually should be working together and creating something that benefits the whole of Europe. So for us, I think that has been the biggest.
And what you created, it helped us, our school, it helped us a lot. We are grateful for this.
Yeah, lots of opportunities to continue to collaborate and to continue working on this program. So yeah, thank you all as well for
yes, and the experience and the fact that we got in touch with a different educational, different schools, different educational backgrounds. It helped us improve and learn from your good practice and try to apply to our schools, our school.
Yeah, and I would say from the perspective of Laois Offaly ETB, and I suppose personally as well, this was our first time to lead a project, lead an Erasmus Plus project. So when we started putting the application together it would have been May in 2021 when we submitted the application. We had never opened an application. We didn't know anything about the process. We didn't know where we would find partners. So from an organization perspective, this has been a wonderful project to engage in, to see the potential for the Erasmus Plus program itself and the opportunity it provides to schools, students, teachers, parents across Europe. Like, it's a wonderful program to build connections across the continent. So I knew Deirdre before we applied for the project, and we talked about putting in place this or applying for the project. Had never met Raphael, had never met Ella before, and had never met their colleagues before. So through engaging with this project, you've not alone have met like wonderful professionals, and to see their dedication and commitment that is in other schools in other countries, and how we can all learn from each other. That has been the big thing for us. And then also just to say that throughout this project, we have received support from all of our some of our connected schools. So for example, here in Laois Offaly ETB, we have visited Portlaoise College, we have visited Art School Ciarán Naofa in Clara, we have visited Oaklands College in Edenderry, and we also went to Dunamis College. So just to say thank you to the principals, to the teachers, to the students, to the parents who gave up their time when we went to those school visits to engage in the projects. Similarly, we went to schools with Deirdre. We went to OLM in Drimna. We're going to Mercy on Friday. We were in Moyle Park CS in Clondalkin. We were in Christabel de Monroy. We were in different schools in Andalusia, and of course we were in Yorgovernia in Leteny. So that really shows the opportunities each of us got, and we're so lucky to be in this position to meet other people in other schools, but also we're very grateful to those people who facilitated us and opened up their doors to allow people to come in. So we're very grateful, and I suppose that also shows that wouldn't have happened without this Erasmus program. So just I suppose for us, the huge potential that exists with the program, which we hope to continue if we're successful in our other application.
I think that we could have a mention to all those teachers who participated in other meetings, but not in all of them, like Paula or like Rosa from Spain.
Yes, and I'd like to thank you, Brianna, and the school manager, Demis, for supporting us and encouraging. Thank you very much.
Yes, special mention to Demis and his vision, and indeed someone who's so dedicated and committed to education, and a true visionary. And it's it would be remiss of us not to mention him, of course, and Brianna, who's also on the line. A huge thank you.
Can I say a few words if you can hear me? Okay. For me, it was a great experience. It was not our first Erasmus in school, but it was let's say the dearest because it involved parents. It was the first Erasmus with the parents, and I think involving parents, and I think the connection between our school and the parents is stronger now, and this is a great achievement. And I'm also very, very happy to be part of this beautiful and amazing family of the PEDL Erasmus. And thank you very much to all of you for the great things you've done.
Thank you, Brianna. Okay, at this point, I think everyone will do is we're going to, Jenny, we might just stop recording. And I know that we have people far and wide across continental Europe online.